That's fine, bro. I'm invested, bro. I put money into it.
Put money into what?
Into the stocks.
Which ones?
At AMC. I have like three shares. Just sitting there fucking waiting for it to explode. I'm
Nah.
in.
How did you do it?
What's up, guys? Welcome to what is it, episode 5?
Yes, it is.
Episode
Yes, sir.
5 of the Kobe 99 podcast. I'm here with Brad and Carlton.
What's good?
What's
What's
up,
good?
y'all?
Oh, so what's up, guys? What we getting into today? What we unlocking today?
Today I'm just waking up. It's like every day now. It's like new stock news. It's like that's a new trend.
Big facts. Big facts. These stocks is going crazy. Do you guys really know what's going on though?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know.
You should know, Brad, because Twitter blew up on this. This is the only reason why I know. Because on Sundays when I saw like things about the GameStop, but I didn't take it too seriously until stuff got serious on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Well, before what recently been going on, I actually sold my stocks. I actually want to start from square one. Actually, get more informative about what's about actually buying and trading before I just take some money, buy some stocks, and don't really know if I'm receiving dividends and whatnot. But yeah, Twitter has been in a frenzy over the what's been going on with Robinhood and GameStop this past week.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. I'm in it to win it. I got my shares. Hold the line, guys.
Yeah. So all in general, there's been some. I guess I don't know what to call them, but some stockholders, people who in groups, they went on Reddit and put some pushes to put in a lot of stocks towards GameStop and AMC, and you've seen the stocks from both companies rise drastically. So everybody became new stock guys within the last week. But besides that, I was so upset. So I was telling my girl to get into it too. Like before the holidays, I told her to put in some stocks in GameStop. Just for the holidays, everything's gonna boost. Like you gotta think about it. Stores, different seasons gonna have a boost in stock just because of the time. It's gonna be more sales during those times. So, I told her to put it in to GameStop during that time, and then at first it went down, and she was like complaining. So I'm like, I ain't trying, make her lose some money. So I'm like, the minute you see some money, then go up, then take it out. If you don't feel comfortable with it. So she took it out. Like maybe right after Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, yo. And then, I remember talking to one of my bros about this, too. And he was telling me before the holidays, he was like, shout out to Kenny. He was telling me how, they're supposed to rise after the new year.
Mm-hmm.
But he took out his stocks, too. But who would have ever thought they would have done some crazy shit like that?
So, fun fact: the Wall Street Bets isn't something new. It's been going on for a couple of years,
Okay.
and yeah. So it's just a whole bunch of people who just got together who was like talk stock. It's literally like some casual stuff on Reddit. And when the GameStop thing blew up, like I think it was like last Friday or something, it was like the weekend or something. It went up to like $250 from like $40 because I had seen it last week and I was just like looking
Yeah.
at it. It was like $40 for a share, and then it went up boof to like $250. Then that's when it hit like 380 on Tuesday, and that's when everything started like going off because it got to the point where like Wall Street was not. They didn't know what the hell was going on. The suits had no idea why this shit was going up and who was buying it, and because when it comes to stocks, it's really like the big guys, big money is buying, playing with everybody else, and they buy stuff and then they trade it and all that stuff. They didn't know the little guy with their $5 buying stock, so it's crazy to see how this thing inflated to the point where like I think the highest it hit was like $500 a share. So that means if you put last week $1,000 in,
Yeah.
you came out with 180K minimum.
Yep.
So people was making money. I think I heard stories about people that flipped 2Gs to 48K. Some dude flipped their 48K to like 22 mil. Like and the thing is like
Yeah.
you gotta hold it. You gotta hold your stocks, man. So like it'll
I
keep
need a
going up.
network with those guys.
Yep.
Huh?
I need a network with those guys.
Bro, just go on the Reddit. Bro, it's all Reddit. It's literally just a bunch of random people
Yeah.
who want to make money. It's not nothing
If you just
crazy. It's just
Yeah.
so
If you just go on Reddit and Wall Street Bets, it shows you.
that was my Alexa, my fault. But yeah, they're all like-minded people, or like they just get together and like, yo, let's just do this. This is a reminder. Alexa, stop. But
Right. Episode 5 featuring Alexa.
but yeah, it's just it's crazy because like my girl told me to get Robinhood like since like December, and I was like, yeah, I'll get to it. You know, I'm not really working. I don't want to put money into it, like when I'm out making like that crazy money. So I finally ended up buying it just for the hell of it. I'm like, yeah, I'll just put $5 into stuff. I buy like partial because you could buy partial shares and stuff, and all this shit started happening. I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna buy my shares in AMC because this like as soon as I found the Reddit, I'm on Twitter. I literally haven't. I looked at my phone and I'm just switching from Reddit to Robinhood to see what the hell is going on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. No, I started. I started really getting into stocks like last summer during 2020. You know, we all had that time off, and then I mean, obviously there's a lot to it, but for the basic means, you just gotta understand the market. Understand that I don't use Robinhood. I use Stash, which is basically the same thing. You could do fractional
You say stash or dash? I've never heard
Stash.
of stash.
No, there's a whole bunch of them, bro. There's Voyager, Fidelity, to like everything. Like you could just type in like stocks, and most people do stocks. Chase does stocks, bro. If you do open up an investment account,
TD Bank does. That's who I bank with.
so
Cash App,
Cash App do it too. You could invest in Bitcoin as
yeah.
well, and that stuff been
and
going up
that's
as well.
been going up too. So
Yeah,
just buy, man.
there's
You
a
don't have to
lot.
put in a lot, man. And
Yeah, I mean, obviously you want to do your research.
not it.
You want to really
I
understand it,
mean,
just to like if you really want to dig deep into it.
if
But
you really want to dig deep into it too, but as a common person or a consumer, you know how to do stocks, bro. Like I was literally telling my girl to, hey, invest in Microsoft because the Xboxes are coming out. Microsoft is fucking going up too. They went up too so recently. So it's just a matter of knowing what's gonna happen. You know, if you
exactly,
know,
Sony will go
yeah,
up right
yeah. So
now.
you know
Think
stuff.
about what's out, what's new, what's happening, what's
You
trending.
know, you don't need to be a suit to know what's going on in the stock market.
Yeah, and then like think about stuff. You know, maybe I'm giving up too much info, but you know, yeah, think about stuff like cruises, like AMC, even before this big boom. Like there's like little things like that where
Not
they're all down right now because of COVID and everything like that. But once it generates, all those stocks are gonna rise
Right,
again.
and that's
yep,
how I felt
especially
It's a
about
when
like
long
the
game.
fitness industry. Because, like you said, summer 2020, most of us was home, not much to do besides Netflix and chilling. So I started reading online about the stock market, and it's trial and error. And me being into fitness, I said, you know what? Even though it's still pretty booming because everyone's doing like at home Zoom meetings and whatnot, but there's like a large majority of people who enjoy the in-person workouts and whatnot. So I was looking at a few companies like Columbia, Lululemon.
Okay.
Myron, are you still on?
yeah, I'm right here, bro.
Okay, I thought I heard like an echo or something.
No, I'm right here. I'm right here. But I forgot what I was gonna say. Damn, I lost my train of thought. Oh no, that's what I was gonna say. But yeah, like so, like AMC reported like the other day that they literally like they were on the brink of bankruptcy because of the surges. They're like they can last through like the rest of the pandemic and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
it's it's not just about making money anymore either. It's about like saving these companies that they're making to try fail. So
Yeah. Shout out to the Wall Street Bets.
word.
You know what? Since we all, 90s babies, true 90s babies, we all know about the struggle of trying to buy a new game, a controller, or a new system, and you trade in some of your games are still in pretty good condition, and fucking GameStop only gives you like $6 back for like 10 fucking games and a controller.
Yeah, that's a
The,
fact.
the struggle was real, man. That's when games were still like $40, $50. Whereas now they're like minimum $60, $70, even $100 for like deluxe versions.
Yep.
Fucking hated GameStop because of that shit.
Yeah, I remember
Recently,
that.
recently purchased a $50 game. You probably had it for like 2 years. Minimum scratches, and they talking about $8. Man, kiss my ass.
Yeah, I remember when I gave over like 40 games and I got like $60 in cash or $100 in credit. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, there's a whole collection. If I fucking had this on the Xbox and sold it, I'd make a lot more.
He's the kids born after the 2000s. They wouldn't know about that struggle.
Right. Yeah, but speaking of Xboxes too, they had a new release date right after Valentine's Day, February 15th. It's the next release date for the Xbox Series X. So anybody looking for that, I think PS5 just restocked as well. I know, like
Sold out.
sold out. Yeah, they had like
Bro,
Oh
I've
god.
gone on.
Day.
Bro, they had Xboxes not too long ago. They just fell off the shelves, bro.
Yeah, I got an email from it, and I checked it like 5 minutes later from the email, and by the time I checked both, they was sold out. I'm like, yo, I'm glad I bought that shit off the market.
I made the queue for the PS5 just out of curiosity and didn't make it. I'm just literally not gonna get it until I really need one to get one. To be honest,
I'm in the
Yeah,
same boat as you.
I just gave up. It's the whole pandemic thing, like production costs and stuff like that. Like because everything's so slow, they're not producing enough in quantity,
listen, I'll tell you
so they're
this:
scarce.
I do not regret at all my purchase. I'll tell you that much.
I just want to give the pleasure to those scammers, bro, those scalpers. To be honest, I don't.
No, I get that. No, you yeah. So someone trying to sell it. I bought it like 650, right? And
Hmm.
you gotta see it different ways. Like if you see it on the market right now on like StockX, or even if you try to get that Xbox All Access, you're paying over $800 for that price, or like seven something. Like I found mine's on Facebook Watch, right? I mean, yeah, like Facebook sale, whatever it is. I found my shit from there, and I just like I fucking bargain with the dude. I'm not paying 750. Like I'll give it to you for today if you come down with the price. Like I'll give it to you for 650. He's like, can you go down to 680? I didn't even message him back, and then he's like, all right, where can I meet you? You know what I'm saying? Like,
7 is too much, bro.
yeah, I wouldn't do seven. I did 650, but honestly, I think it was valuable, and I already told you I didn't have like the Xbox One X. I didn't have that Pro shit. I had the basic fucking no the high definition shit. I
Yeah,
was
you
like,
had the
fuck
OG
that, man.
books.
This is worth the money for me. I'm having fun. It's easier, when it comes to graphics. Like you said, the processor is faster, so the games run smoother. Everything's better, so I have no complaints for my purchase. But I get people who want to wait because it's a hassle. It's a bargain, and you have to trust if you're trying to get it from outside, from the actual company. But it's out there, y'all.
Soon, soon. I don't know which one I'm gonna get first, but I'll get one by the end of the year. More likely than PS5, I'm getting five first. So.
Team Sony. I
Hmm?
said Team Sony.
Yeah, they
uh,
come out. I could probably purchase P5 now. That's a good thing.
yeah, I'm just waiting for the exclusives to be honest, because there's not really anything to play on them systems yet. Anyway, everything I could play on those new ones, I could just play now.
Except for
So that's why I'm
2K,
not rushed.
nigga. Oh, you don't pay 2K.
I'm not playing 2K, man.
Yeah, that
I
2K
gave up on
is.
that dream.
I'm telling you, bro, that shit is lovely. The new K on next gen, man, it's lovely, bro.
Nah, that got me mad, bro.
I know. I'm
Dude,
saying it's different. It's different. It's totally different. It's not the
but
not
that's what
the
I'm
2K,
saying. I don't think that's justified to make it different on a whole new system when you had a priority on a system because not everyone's gonna have the new one. Yeah,
Feel you. Yep, I agree with that.
and so now the game's completely different on next gen, but you have to play it on next gen. But you could have just done that on the new one.
I don't think you could have.
Yeah, you
Yes.
can.
Nah,
It's not gonna look as pretty because obviously it's
exactly.
more powerful. But you can still do it, bro.
You can still
And
do
then
it.
you literally made people buy like $70 versions of the game to buy both copies because most of the companies were saying, "Oh, you're gonna get a free upgrade." 2K was like, "Nah, screw that. You're gonna pay the $70 now, or just get the regular edition." And then people who pay the $70 who don't have Xbox and new Xboxes are screwed because they can't play their new dev copy. So it's messy,
Nah,
bro.
they was giving out both editions. I got both editions.
Because you paid the high price version. But if you pay $60, bro, you're not getting next gen
Oh
copies.
yeah, you're right. If you pay
Just
the
like Call
regular.
of Duty, you had to buy like an $80, $70 bundle to have both copies.
I
I
get the
have,
frustrations with that, but what I'm saying is, like, even when WWE, right, it plays much better. Like, if you saw like all the extra shit they put in the game, it wasn't
but
working on that processor. That processor was not having it. This
but
is
that's an
just
old game though. That game is like that 2K 2020 is something that was like worked on in 2019. So
you're
that's
right.
like way behind. So
Yeah,
it
yeah.
has to work. It has to work on the new console, no matter what.
But okay, now think about 2K21 on a. They can't put everything that they wanted to. You could once you play it, you understand. Like you see how much they expanded the just the mod player itself, and just like what you could do in the map, and then you understand what I mean by that. Like it's like if you had a computer processor, you could do a lot more than you would have on a gaming processor. This is an updated. Like I'm sure I didn't play the old.
They're not that much different anymore, Carlton. Both like the stuff that's in the like the Xbox ones are like kind of are like super close.
Mhm.
The Xbox Series S, obviously, they're just PCs at this point, but they're close. It's just like I said, it's just they just enticing people to like pay more money for new things. Obviously,
I
the new
agree,
2K is
to
gonna
be
look
honest.
prettier, and then we'll put more stuff in there. I think it's just shady to be honest. Like if they would have just so said like okay you buy your 2K and then when the new if you're able to get a new console you get a free upgrade and all that stuff I wouldn't be bitching as much, but because you made me pay more and then some people can't play and you can't like I don't know man like I just find it a little shady. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad people are enjoying it. People who could play it and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. I'm all about that. Like I'm all about if a game plays, it has to play. I don't care how pretty it looks as long as it works. So
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. It wasn't working on an older system, bro. It just wasn't.
Well, it's just it's just been released, so we got to give it at least a year or two.
right. There's also that too where like there's no actual game as of yet that was made
Solely
specifically
right,
That's
solely
true.
for
for the new
That's
gen.
true.
So that 2K is based off the old gen with just some more flair.
Bro,
So
you
there's that
haven't
too.
played it. I'm telling you, it's totally different. You got to play it before you talk. You haven't even played 2K21 to even say it. You got to play it. You got to understand it. You don't. You have
But
to play it.
it's not about playing, bro. I'm just know like I know the mindset when it comes to these things. I'm hearing all these. I listen to all the news. I'm in there deep. So like I know like the gist. I know what you're saying. Like I need to actually play it to like understand all the differences and stuff like that. But I know like the basics enough to
Yo,
know like
Sprad,
I'm pretty
when you
sure.
played it, did it feel like the same 2K21 you played in the old gen?
no, but this is no. I agree with both, but this is where I side with Myron. Like, do you remember when 2K14 got released for the old gen?
2K14.
Yeah,
Who was on the cover? I forgot about that. You know, that's
it
fucking.
was. I think it was 14. I think it was Harden's like first or second year on the Rockets, where they had like the total upgrade on the graphics. Like that's how 2K21 looks now on the new gen.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So
Yeah,
that's why like I agree with Myron. It's just like, are they really making changes and updates, or it's just like they're milking money from everybody?
I'm pretty sure they added a bunch of stuff to new gen, the next gen, but it's still based off the build from old gen. That's what I'm trying to say. But I'm
But
pretty
in
sure they just polished it for next gen because they had to. Because if you're gonna just just give me a paint over of a new copy of the thing, that's not fair. That's fucked up. So they
Myron,
have
you'll
to
be
polish it to the
validated
stuff.
when your point will be validated. Let's just say when 2K 22 comes
22
out.
come out.
22
Yeah,
comes out
but
because
as
I'm
far as
pretty.
what Carlton
Remember the
says, this 2K21 currently right now is better than obviously the previous gen. Just the gameplay, the feel of the game. It's not so fucking stale and just
it's not clunky.
nobody.
Yeah, like it's like I said, it's a polish. Because remember, you have to remember, like as soon as like 2K ships, like 2K21 ship. a month later they're already working on 2K22. So they don't really have time to like, oh, okay, like yeah, we have to make sure this keeps running, but we also have to work on the next game because they only have it's like a 9 month cycle to work on these games. They only like literally just 9 months to work on these. So because by the time 9 months hit, they're already going gold meaning
That's
like
one
they're
thing I'll
already putting
say.
out copies.
2K need to stop making a game every year and just like do like every other game and make seasons and just update this.
People not stop buying the games.
Right.
Obviously,
People buy the shitty version games. Even like I think it was like people complain about like 2K18 and they make money. They may hand over fist all this stuff, and that's what I find messed up too because um they get greedy. So like no matter the complaints or about the communities like pushing, oh I don't like this, I don't like that. I don't think they have their ear to the ground.
No, you know what it is? Their buyers are getting younger.
yeah.
That's what it is. So
Younger.
you're gonna have these people who's like what
They're
nine,
not
10 years
getting.
old
They're not
who
even
are getting
getting.
to 2K. So now they're fucking getting $200 worth of VC from their parents. So as long as the fucking money's coming in,
Listen, it's not. It's not the buyers that getting younger. It's not the audience that getting younger. It's that we're getting older. We can't accept the change. Gaming is
No, it's not
different.
even. I don't know. Well, first of all, that whole um buying shit, the transaction thing, the what's it called? I forgot what it's
VC.
called. They named it something. I know it's VC, but they called it something else. But the microtransactions.
Microtransactions.
Microtransactions is crazy. Wild. I
That
don't.
should change the game. OD.
I like the fact that I could buy VC to buy clothes for my character. I think cosmetics, when you want to buy something extra for your person, for your created character, that's cool. But you literally pay to like pay to win. Like I could pay VC to like just level up my dude is fucking wild.
Yeah, that part, and then the fact that I don't understand how these kids have all the fucking time to grind out on the game. Like, yo, I could play 2K for like an hour before I get bored and like I need to take a break from it. These niggas like will literally play like it
They
was a
don't have time,
fucking
coach.
yeah, like 10 hours, 12
I
hours
remember
straight.
back in the day with 2K11 with before VC and all that stuff. I was playing rec with my friends who make a creative character and we just go to rec and we play online with again like a team of five against a team of five and that was before VC and how crazy it was to level up your dude.
Yeah,
So
it's just I don't get how
Well,
they
what was the last very good or great 2K NBA 2K?
2K13.
That was the one. Hove did the soundtrack.
Was it the
Is
one
that the one?
it had to be like oh my god, it's
like
hard because
16 and
like
17?
I skipped two Ks like in the last like 6 years,
Don't
which is
blame you. Don't
the
blame you.
recent one,
I don't
and then
blame you.
I didn't buy like 17 or 18 something like that. I don't
You
know.
didn't do 19 either, or did you? Or you stopped playing 19?
I
I
stopped
was
playing 19,
I
bro.
was
That's the one with
done.
AD on the cover, right?
No, 19 is Irvin.
Kyrie Irving.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get that one. I know I got AD, or did I get Kyrie? I don't remember, man. Like,
AD is 20 because that's when he goes to the Lakers.
right, I have that one. That's the last one I have, and then
Mm.
I don't know. I know I missed
The
a couple of
last
stuff.
acceptable, like good, was 2K15. KD's on the cover, but like very
15
good,
was nice, yeah.
like very good, great was 13 or 14. 13, you can say.
14 was the one with Braun on the cover. That's the
Yeah,
first one for Next Gen, right?
yeah, bronze on the cover.
Yeah, that was one, and that was like, yeah, that wasn't too. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember going in on that one.
Yeah,
That's when they first brought the
standard
parks, right?
2K
And
release.
you had that's when you had to like the pick a park and all that stuff.
I think
I
so.
believe so. I believe so. So so it's been basically 7 years since we got a 2K that like basically has been universally like enjoyable. 7 years.
Yeah, they. Oh man, like I could go on. I could go talk about this game thing like
Because
for
16
ages, to be
was
honest.
okay, but damn, 17, 18, 19 was just, oh my God. Like playing the same fucking game.
Like that's what it is, though, bro. Because they don't have time to like innovate, and they know they have. And like I know they need to get a copy out next year. But like, yo, you can like do so many things. Like I like the way the route that AEW is taking with their game. Like Kenny Omega said himself about, oh, we're trying to make a game that lasts long. We're trying
Yeah,
to make
not
the game like it drops, and then like if they have to work on it or add stuff, they'll do it. But they're not gonna do like a yearly thing because I think the game suffers. The product suffers, bro.
If they do it yearly, yeah, they don't have to do it
Yeah.
every year. I think WWE fucked up by doing that too. I'm still enjoying 2K20. If they made 2K21, it would like been for nothing.
If they made a game like every 2 to 3 years, I think it'd be perfect.
Don't say 3.
Like
That's a
wrestling
little too
wise,
long. 3 years is a little too long.
3 years is a little too long.
Yeah.
But you talking about a game that'll last you 5 years.
Let's
So,
see.
so like if you drop a game, like 2K20 drop, right? Like a WWE 2K20, that can hold you out for like 2 years, and then by the time you're like, okay, I'm kind of over it, so they're not working on it anymore. They're already about to drop the next one.
2K20. Wait, so when was the last WWE game release? The end of
2K20,
2020,
which is
right?
2019, or whatever it was,
So
October, or whatever.
2019, we just passed this year. Okay, so they can release a game at the end of this year. Yeah,
That's what they're hoping
agree,
for.
agree.
That's what they're hoping for. They've been working on 2K22 for now since
And
then
you had
because they
enough,
got
you had
bashed for
enough
it.
time. I don't hear no bullshit, no excuses from this damn company from
This
2K.
game, this game has to come out. It doesn't have to come out perfect because nothing's perfect, but it has to come out good. Like it has to be like something. Like it has to be like, oh, you got rosters, you got these modes, you can do this. No server issues. Like when me and Cartoon used to play online 2K, we're always lagging out and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Like so that stuff should be that's the easy stuff to my opinion. Because we live in the world where like everything's connected and everything should so servers should be up. The game should be able to run well and like obviously like I said, nothing's gonna be perfect. There's gonna be hiccups and stuff like that. But that's why you come in and fix it. Like, oh, here's an update for this. We didn't know this was like funky or whatever.
No, I get what you mean by that.
What was the last good WWE 2K? Well,
17.
last good wrestling game.
16, bro. Because I started getting back heavy into the wrestling games. So I just used to buy them all the time, every year. So it had to be like 7. The one with Seth Rollins on the cover was like 18, right?
Yeah, 18.
Let me see.
Yeah, it has to. That was like the last one that was like worth actually like investing. Maybe 19.
16
What
has
is the worst?
Stone Cold on it.
16 was Stone Cold. Yeah, I started playing at 15
17
again.
had Brock. 18, yeah. I had Rollins. 19 had AJ Styles. 20 had Roman and Becky Lynch. Yeah. To be honest, WWE 2K20 was like probably one of the worst ones. It plays much better. I think what they did was they just added more features to it, but the gameplay wasn't like I don't feel like each character had distinct moves and feel. So we gotta see what they do for the next one. But they also changing who runs their I guess like gameplay. They changed the company, so 2K took
What,
away.
they changed companies?
Nah, so like when 2K took over the series, they kind of pushed out the old people who were doing the games, but they kind of fucked up the
After 20, oh no, yeah, after 19 they pushed out Ukes because Ukes was still like overseeing it. They were like developing it. Because remember, 2K is the publisher. They don't touch the game. They just fund the like here's money and make the game.
Mm-hmm.
So they pushed out Ukes. So I think it was between Uke at 19. It was between Ukes and somebody else. I forgot the other company's name.
Was it Titan? No, right?
No, it was somebody. I forgot who it was. I forgot who it was. And yeah, so they took over. That's what happened. So they took over the remnant, like whatever Ukes was working on left over, and that's why 2K20 came out ass. Because it wasn't their stuff.
Yeah.
It was just like, okay, we're picking up Ukes' skeleton, and where it went from there.
They were trying to make them like NBA 2K.
Yeah, too much. They try again, and also this is that
not
too, where like I feel like
but grinding.
I think there's too much of a simulation. I think video wrestling games work when they're like more arcadey and more fun.
Yeah,
not too real.
Is it visual concepts?
Visual concept.
Yeah,
there you go. There you go. Yeah. So they were working together with Ukes for a while, and then once they pushed out 2K pushed out Ukes, they just gave it a visual concepts, and visual concepts like, oh well, this is what we're gonna do.
Before we get into the main topic, I got some shit to talk. Before we get into the main topic. I am tired. I am tired of Ben Simmons.
please shit on him so I could tag my boy Brian in it. Shout out to Brian because he's a Giants 76ers fan, and I'm always coming at him about Ben Simmons.
Yo, the recent games I've seen, it's time to trade him, or your time has passed. I am tired of him.
Yo,
Especially the game against the Lakers, he pissed me off. Yes, they got the win. I can't remember his stats, but he just pissed me off. He's not a true point guard, which is something I believe Carson has been saying for a while. He's not a true point guard. I've seen I forgot who the fuck was defending him on the Lakers, kind of like made him stop his dribble. And I'm just like, dude, you just bring the ball over the half court line. Like he's not a. Then he just like he doesn't have any. It's like he doesn't want to play basketball. Like, that's the
here,
sense of it.
here's what my friend Brian would say. He would say like, "Yo, he makes the team better because he does like all the intangibles." But me and the guys in the group chat tell him, "Hey, I specifically told him, like, yo, like this guy was picked as the next LeBron, like he was the
Yes,
next prodigy." So the fact that he's not doing, or like, not that he wasn't doing, because it's 5 years into his tenure, his career, he hasn't progressed.
at all.
And so I was saying like, yo, the main issue is like he doesn't shoot. He's an inside presence, and he can't go inside because he messes up
No,
Embiid's game.
it's fine that you can't shoot, but continue.
I, I, if I was him, I'm going 0 for 11. I'm still pulling because I gotta make it more of an impact on my team. You're not making an impact anymore. Like, yeah, when you first got there, you're making all these like plays and tangibles and doing all the dirty stuff or the dirty work. But now it's getting to a point where like it's stagnant and you're not developing a game.
Yes,
That's
agreed.
why you're not. That's why I
Especially
say.
in the
That's
half
why
court.
exactly. So that's why I'm saying like that's why you should, bro. I'm just chuck it up, bro. At this point, something's gonna go in and something's gonna work for you.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, that team is not built for him. It's too big. Like he's obviously an inside player, even if he, starts shooting
All
some
right, so
more.
this is my sorry to cut you off, Carlton, but this is my thing, and I agree with you. Put him on another team. Is he gonna flourish?
I
I
don't think
wouldn't
Built
so.
say I
around
wouldn't
him?
say he flirted.
I don't know if he has the mentality. That's what's getting me. Like sometimes he just looks like, all right, he's a light skinned dude, attractive to the ladies and whatnot. He's marketable. It's like that's what I get from him. I don't get someone who wants to fucking win, like who really cares as much as
Who's another player that I said? I forgot who says that. Well, we were talking about Kyrie, but Kyrie came back and handles his shit and balling. But yeah, I agree with you, Spray. Like he doesn't look like he's just in it, like he's just there because he has to be there.
right. That's how I feel. Like
Because even if I couldn't shoot the basketball or I'm not getting the baskets I want, I'm gonna do something else. Like I'm gonna get like 15 dimes or something, or like 20 boards or something, like help out somewhere. And I don't see that. It's like it's almost like he's just padding his stats so they won't talk shit.
right, and you know what? He does all the intangibles, and he tends to make the right play. So it's like people cut him some slack.
Right? It's
But
like,
I
oh,
feel
that's a
like
smart
that
play.
team can be so much better. And like I don't know what Philly man, you better flip him for Bradley Bill, man, or try to get
Yo,
Bradley
there was
Bill.
a hashtag on Twitter talking about save Bradley Beal because he's been cooking like
I didn't see that. But I'm feeling bad for Bradley Bill. I feel really bad.
they
Flip
after
him and
what was
Bill
the what was when did they lost Tuesday, right? Like when he dropped 40 and
when
they
he scored
lost.
like 47, right?
Yeah,
I
and he
think.
lost, and that's when it went out like, yo, someone save Bradley Beal. That's when the hashtag went up like, hey, save Bradley Beal because like he's been balling for the past 2 years and like that's it. Like he ain't getting no
I
help. Even
but
Westbrook out
he
there,
gets my respect because he's been professional. He hasn't been
he's been silently killing it.
Yeah, but
right.
like I said before, Bradley Bill, he could be a great scorer, but he's not leading a team. Regardless of how Westbrook is playing, all that scoring ain't mean shit if he ain't winning. He's looking like Devin Booker.
Right, but so do you think which team goes farther, Bradley Bills and Embiid, or Embiid and Simmons?
And Bradley Beal and Embiid.
You said Embiid. Well, yeah, Embiid. You said Embiid and Bradley Bill and Embiid because it's more of a dynamic of inside outside. Yeah, for sure.
Not to mention you
Now
got a
what
great leader in
happens?
Doc Rivers.
Yeah,
So
Yes. Now what happens when Philly goes up against the Nets? Bradley Embiid can't take all of them down. He can't take down Kyrie, Harden, and Durant. He can't.
yeah. All right,
they'll let him.
We
They'll let
know
him.
all
we
right, you're
know
right, but having Bradley Bill there is not gonna make anything different because you still got a three-headed beast.
I think it makes a difference because it takes pressure off Embiid. So Embiid's gonna like. I think the way the Nets, if it was like Bradley Beal on the Sixers and play the Nets, I think the Nets should let Embiid get all the way I would play them. This is just hypothetically. I'll let Embiid get all his buckets and just guard the perimeter and not let Bradley Beal score anything. You're right. They probably need a little bit more help because it's a three-headed dragon at the end of the day. But I feel Bradley Beal will help out that team way more by
Yeah,
taking
I
off pressure
mean,
on Embiid and
100%. But that's the same thing as me saying Simmons is not on the right team. Bradley Beal is not on the right team either. Like obviously, you just have to have the right team, the
No,
right fit.
the Wizards just suck
The Wizards
defensively.
suck exactly, but if you put Bradley Beal on the right team like Philly and have someone like Embiid to match, it makes him look better. So if you put someone like Ben Simmons, say on like Golden State, if you trade him for like some of your big men, he's gonna play better. He's gonna be off ball and he could play small ball, so he could grab more rebounds.
oh,
He
that's
could
not fair
pass more.
because then he doesn't even need to even shoot a layup because he got
Yeah.
Steph Curry and Klay
Yeah,
Thompson
but
coming
he
back.
gotta have the paint to himself. He needs a team where he could drive to himself. Like think about it. Like on any LeBron team, like the big man has to stretch in order for him to do his thing. He needs the paint.
That's a
So
fact.
like you just gotta. I'm not
Yeah,
saying
but Braun
build around him, but put him on the right team.
Yeah, but you also agreeing that Bradley Beal, that would be a good
I didn't say
trade.
it wouldn't be. I say
'Cause
it would be a good trade.
you said he wouldn't. You said he wouldn't be you said Bradley Beal isn't a leader,
I say
right?
he's not a leader. No, he's not a leader. He's not leading my
no,
team.
he's not a
If you put
leader.
him with
So you wouldn't make
He's
that
a
trade because he's
I
not
didn't
a
say
leader. He's not
that.
a ball leader.
I said Bradley Beal cannot lead a team on his own. If you put him with Joel Embiid, of course that would be great. But if you put him on a team where
Point taken.
he's the number one and no one else around him, then he's not gonna do shit.
Ben Simmons like a good 2-3 man on the team. Like if a leading, like
Yeah,
he would be
Ben
the good second
Simmons, yeah,
option.
second option, third option. He don't need to be your main scorer, but he could be like one of your primary passers. You know what I'm saying? Like, and again, he does all the tangibles. So him on the court, he's always going to do something. But if you put someone else on the floor where they could control the ball, not a big man, but like an actual perimeter guard, where they could control the ball with him, you'll see him play better.
That's what I thought. That's what I always say. I think Philly just needs like a good point guard to help off with the load from Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
I think he'll play better without the ball in his hands all the time. Shit, they should have picked up Rondo.
Rondo, ooh, he don't shoot either. It'll help, but it ain't gonna help.
I don't know, but yeah, I agree. They should trade Ben Simmons.
Trade him, make that trade, and Wizards need
Wait.
to
Who said needs
blow up
Rondo?
that team.
No, I'm just saying an example that they just need an actual point guard. I agree with Carlson. I said, like, why not pick
On
Rondo or
what?
something? I don't know.
On Philly? Fuck no, not Rondo.
On Philly. No, I'm just saying any elite point guard. I'm just not talking specifically him.
Okay,
I'm just talking about any point guard. So
Kyle
it could take the
Lowry.
load off Ben Simmons. Yeah.
Would
That's
you
even better
trade
option,
for Zach LaVine if you're Philly?
If it filled the trade for
Would you?
Zach LaVine,
I don't know what the numbers are, but
I'll go. Yeah, he's actually balling out this
would you
season
give up
too.
Simmons?
Well, I think I'll go for
Would
Bradley
you give
Beal
up
first.
Simmons for LaVine?
If I was Philly,
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
I'll take the
You
risk.
Yeah, I'll
would?
take the risk, but I don't think Chicago. I don't think it's a good move for
No,
Chicago.
it's not. But would Levine? They all right. If they keep Simmons, they definitely need like a true like point. They need like Kyle. Yeah, Kyle Lowry makes sense in my opinion. I think so. Yeah,
Kyle Lowry.
if you're trying to keep Simmons based off, he still has a high upside, and he's probably barely 25 still.
Yeah, he's still young. He plays soft though, but that's one thing.
But you know what? He's good. Like
But
this is the thing. If Embiid can be like 2001, 2000, kind of like Shaquille O'Neal, stay healthy, that kind of dominant consistency, they will have a better chance against the Nets.
he's doing it this season. He's doing that. Respect to him because and respect to Doc Rivers because that team is playing.
Different.
You see, they playing differently. Even Tobias Harris hitting game winners. Like they utilizing their people right. Like obviously Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid is not the person that put the ball in their hands, and like Tobias Harris is probably your best like isolation player. That's who needs to take the shot and just like and it seems like Embiid is playing a lot more aggressive. He's playing a lot more
I
confident. Not even
I feel
cocky,
like
just confident.
I
You can
agree
see it.
with that. I feel like he's a little, like more level headed. Now you don't see too much of the silliness, but I
Yeah,
also see he feels like he's
yeah.
in his right spots. It's a good mix. Because, last season, this dumbass
Yeah,
would shoot like 7 threes a game, look like he's disengaged. The next game, he'll give you like 29 and 14, and you're like, that's the Joel Embiid I want. They have a next matchup coming against a top team in the East, and he goes back to
do
shooting like
shit
eight
again.
threes a game. Like, now he's like mixing it up. His shot looks a little better to me. He, his
Joel Embiid,
shot
yeah,
looks
it is. It is. He's doing better.
Shout out to Doc Rivers though, because I didn't think it was gonna be that big of a difference, to be honest.
Yeah, at first I knew he's a good coach, but I didn't think we don't see he don't the thing about Doc Rivers, he doesn't have like that set style of play that people. Which I was saying, I know I was saying something.
No,
Yeah, Doc
you're
Rivers,
talking about Doc
he don't
Rivers,
have a
yeah.
distinct style of play, right? But I think he's just good at reading situations. He's reading like different situations on the court and like just helping players like just bring their IQ up. I uh, I think that's where he benefits at. And he used to playing with big men. I think last year he didn't really have a big man. This year he do.
I I agree.
Like he had Blake, he had and DeAndre Jordan. Like obviously they're not like post players, but like just being able to work with them, just how to read the court. That's what I think where you see Joel Embiid playing better at.
I think he's good with selfless players. I think that was the issue last year. You had a lot of ego, a lot of pride on that team. A lot of stars on that team in the Clippers. Because if you think about it, the previous year, those Clippers were fucking nice. They gave Golden State a run for their money in the playoffs, even though they still got eliminated by Golden State. I think it was like the 1-8 matchup or 2-7 matchup or whatever it was when they had Gallinari, Lou Will. I think did Lou Will win 6 man that year
The will.
before Durant?
Yeah.
One doesn't look well win 6 man.
Before not Durant, before these two guys came. They
Harold.
had that great year.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
he
was just
did.
like, well, wait till he add these two
Hmm.
guys. It's gonna be so much better. But I think it's because they weren't selfless enough. I think Durant would have fit in much better.
On the Clippers.
Yeah, because remember the Clippers, they tried to go after Durant too, I believe. And
Oh, at that time,
I
yeah.
think
Yeah, yeah.
I think Kawhi and Paul George came with too much baggage.
Yeah.
And then I
Kawhi got a
think it
lot of
was
big
time
ego.
for like him to leave. Like he was there for too long. It was time for him to leave.
Yeah, you see how he did the minute it was like he didn't even wait. He was like, I'm out. I quit. I got a job with the Philly. like he had that shit planned out. He probably had that shit planned out a long time ago.
But before we wrap this up, like I want to see the best in Embiid this year. Like I hope he stays healthy. Continues to mature because in the playoffs, it is a perimeter oriented league, but we need those big man battles. So we need him and Giannis.
Facts.
We need someone to give the big man some hope. It makes the game a little
Keep big
fun. You
man
need some
alive,
diversity,
man. Shit. Don't let
right? Keep
Shaq's
big man
legacy
alive,
go
like
in
Shaq
vain.
said.
It is.
It's slowly coming back, slowly coming back.
But we were talking about basketball, but this episode was something a little more serious. Um, what was it? The 25th, 26th? It was just like the other day. The anniversary of the legend Kobe Bryant passed away. But 2020 was like a crazy year. That happened right before COVID shut everything down, and I think during that time, when that happened, like everyone felt the energy just change. And I
The
think
whole world
just like
shifted,
everything that
man.
happened with 2020 after that kind of attests to it. Yeah, and so we want to use this episode as commemoration and ode to Kobe. And just give him a little bit of his stats and accolades for maybe some of the younger audience who haven't really got to see Kobe play. Then witness, yeah.
I didn't witness greatness.
18
So he
time
played.
All Star,
Damn. All right, go ahead.
5-time champion, 2-time Finals MVP, a 2008 MVP, four star, four all four All Star NBA game MVPs. I think he has the tie with LeBron on that. I could be wrong. One of the
I
best
think you're
defenders
right.
from the late '90s up into the mid 2000s. 9 all defensive first teams, 3 second defensive teams, 2-time scoring champ. People forget this. He was a slam dunk contest champion back in '97. He has both of his numbers retired. I believe he is number 4 all time in scoring behind LeBron, Carmelo, and the great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 3 gold medals. Played his entire career for the Los Angeles Lakers. I think originally drafted by the Hornets. I could be wrong on that, and they trade picks to the Lakers.
That is correct.
And the
Would you
greatest
call that
steal
a
in draft
steal? Would you
history.
call it a
I mean, because that's when, well, the greatest offseason in NBA history
No,
because
no,
they
not the
got
same
Kobe and
year.
Shaq.
Right, Carlson? No, not the
Oh,
same
was it
year.
the same year?
I think
Was
they got
it?
it the same year.
Same year, right? Year after, right?
Yeah.
I could have sworn it
If
was
it
the
wasn't
same
the
year.
same year, it was the year
It was
after.
close. It was really
Close
close.
enough. A year is a short time.
Yep.
So yeah, good enough. And the greatest still, he was. If you think about it, he was drafted 13th in the '96.
The Hornets are the dumbest motherfuckers in the world.
Nah, I
But
wouldn't say that.
Yeah, but no, because if is
we never know.
Kobe
You will
in
never
the
know.
Hornets?
I wouldn't say they're the dumbest motherfuckers in the world. I wouldn't say that.
Because I think we both agree that no matter where Jordan was,
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
gonna be Jordan, right? So yeah, I don't.
I mean,
Let's just
Kobe
go
was
with
blessed
Kobe.
to be on a team where he already had Shaq to help him out, develop. But yeah, I mean,
Big time.
it's hard to say. Kobe had a winning mentality. He actually won after having a Shaq as a teammate. So
Wait, but
Kobe
before
probably would have been
before we get
Kobe.
into that, because that brings a controversy. Let's start out. What did Kobe mean to you, Carlton, and when did you first started watching Kobe?
Well, I watched Kobe, when I was younger, obviously, right after. So, like, when I first started watching basketball and stuff, it was Jordan. So, like, right after Jordan, Lakers were the big thing. So, as a kid, obviously, you want to be the purple flare. I remember him with the afro, him on NBA courtside with Kobe Bryant on the fucking Nintendo 64. Like, I remember that Kobe. I was always more of a Shaq fan, though, but, Kobe did. He brought that flash. He brought that flair. He brought the just the winning mentality. I was also a big D Wade fan. So he also brought me a lot of anger. I can't remember. I can never forget the time where he hit that fucking game winner over
Me too.
D Wade, and it was like I remember I was in college too. I was in like Florida A&M. I was like. It was like a group of us, and I was talking mad shit. Like I was talking so much. You know how I do. Like it's Miami Heat. D Wade's in his prime, so like D Wade cooking, and like he hit a shot, and like they were supposed to win that game. I was like, yeah, I was gloating. And Kobe gets the ball, and he just rises over D Wade, and D Wade played the best defense. Like
Yeah,
he had full contest, full extension, jumped in the air, but Kobe just had that length just to shoot right over, hit the backboard, bank shot, and right just to end the game. Like that's what Kobe. That's what I think of Kobe. Just like that greatness that like he don't take losing for an answer. Like he's just doing everything. Like obviously he wasn't like really a passer or like like the all around player, but like he had like the greatest skills, like the ultimate scorer, and he just honed each and all of his craft. I think I respected him more. Obviously, we all respect him more after like he retired, and like you see what he brought to the game, and like it's gone. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, I'm not even talking about after he passed. I'm talking about after he retired. Like it's like what he had, on the court, what he did. Like you don't see that shit. It's not matched no more. And you can say he was like a resemblance to Jordan, but like that's gone. Like LeBron's a totally different type of player. You don't see that winning mentality. Some people say Westbrook, but Westbrook is a different type of player. But yeah, that's what he meant to me.
how about you, Myron?
Um, So, this is a little echo. Okay, it's gone. So yeah, when it comes to Kobe, one of my earliest memories is watching like the
Ooh.
2004 NBA Finals. So I was still on and off with basketball out there, but I was getting into it. And yeah, my earliest memory is that when the Lakers are playing the Detroit Pistons, and I didn't like Kobe at the time. I wanted the Pistons to win. I became a Pistons fan because I just like that whole team dynamic and stuff like that. That whole
Right.
defense and Rip Hamilton, Chauncey Billups and stuff. So but yeah, so I didn't really like Kobe, but like after years go by, you see like what he did and what he gave to the game. That was dope. It was really dope. Like I became a Kobe fan way after because of like when you get older, you start realizing like all the things he was doing and like all the history making benchmarks and all that stuff. So it was cool and like and as the Mamba mentality started going on because like yeah like when I got older is when like, you started doing all those commercials and all the stuff and doing all these things. Like I'll never forget one of my favorite moments is like when he
Hmm.
did that commercial with Kanye and Kobe's like I forgot what he says. It's like he's like be great or something. He says some dumb shit, and all you hear Kanye say is like, "What the fuck does that mean, Kobe Bryant?" And he just shrugs it off
Oh,
and
I
just
love
goes
that
like on his
commercial.
way and keep being great or
Hell
something like
yeah.
that. Yeah, you remember right? Like that was dope. The MV puppets, like
Oh
Those are the
yeah.
him and
best.
LeBron doing like they
Those are
make
the
puppets of
best
him,
commercials.
and they were beefing. Yeah, like stuff like that. Like that's when I started getting more love for Kobe because it was more. I showed that it was just more than the game to him. Like yeah, he loved basketball and he was like in it to win it. But it was just like, oh, like he has so many like intangible things. Like he wanted like to do so many things. Like and he was like right when right before he retired or when he retired, I don't remember when, but he was like starting like this whole like studio thing. Like he wanted, and
Right.
like
Oh,
this man won
sorry.
an
I didn't
Oscar. You
forget
forgot
that.
that
Yeah.
accolade. He's an Oscar winner. And then no, it just came to me too. Like yeah, so he was like he was more than he was bigger than basketball, and I think that's what made him the closest to Jordan because just like Jordan did, he transcended from basketball. He wasn't just known for basketball; he was just known for so many things at that point, and he was everywhere. Like everyone knew
Don't forget
Kobe.
China.
Everyone.
Can't forget China.
Like I think the China, the one of the best memes ever is the Kobe where he's like in the middle of like a China group, like mob or whatever, and he's like poking out and looking around. That was from like when they went to the Olympics. But yeah, it's he meant a lot, man. Like he like a lot to the game that I love so much. So that's why like like it kind of like sucked when like it happened like. And now, mind you, like I was just like out and about one day. Not one day, but I was on my I was on a date and I like the news hit and I'm like, oh shit.
Date ruined.
So the bro the no it was kind of weird, but like the first person I called was my aunt because like she makes fun of me
Younger?
because when I was older, when I was younger, I mean, yeah, Chappelle Show was a thing and Chappelle
Oh
Show made
yeah.
the whole Kobe joke a meme, like it was a joke. So I, addicted to Chappelle Show, I was just like every time I
Kobe.
shoot anything or a paper ball, like I would go Kobe, right? So like my family would make fun of me like that. They would literally do them themselves, like, "Oh, Kobe." They literally thought Kobe was my favorite players because I said that joke so many times. But yeah, um, but yeah, like the first person I called was my aunt. I'm like, "Yo, did you hear?" She's like, "Yeah, I heard," and we both like mad sad. Like we were both like
Yeah, I was at work
distraught.
and I had to take time. Like I had to stop like for 45 minutes and process the whole thing. I said, no fucking way.
Yeah, like it was shocking. It was like you
Definitely.
felt
Yeah.
like the shockwave like in the air.
I was home. I was home. My nephew texted me. He's like, Kobe died. And I'm about to text him saying, Kobe who? Because I'm just like, Kobe died. It must be a different Kobe. Kobe that, I'm not thinking of at the moment. And he's like, Kobe Bryant. So I go to Google. Um, it's reported by TMZ, but we know TMZ can report that. Yeah, you already know where I was going.
Shaky, yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I haven't got a Bleacher Report notification, and I haven't seen anyone post anything, any of like my friends or people I follow, diehard Kobe fans post anything. So I'm like, this got to be fake news. And then next thing you know, I turn on the TV and they're talking about, oh, it's a plane crash, but it wasn't like confirmed. Right. And then maybe
Yeah,
like
nothing happened. Yeah, like it was just
3 minutes later, if that, it was confirmed. Kobe Bryant and his daughter died in a plane crash, and I believe maybe about 20 minutes later, my mom asked me if I heard about the news. She assumed Kobe was my favorite player. You know, my mom honestly doesn't know anything about sports or basketball. So I told her, I said, no, he wasn't my favorite player. She's like, oh, I thought so. But it like hit me. And there are people who hear of like celebrities or, whatever, people that's in the spotlight dying and they automatically get like emotional. But I'm not that type of person, but this one like definitely like it hit me hard. And I'm just like, am I feeling sad because everyone is feeling sad, or like what about him resonated with me? Yeah.
it, it.
And
It's
I was
no.
just
You
like,
finish your
you know
thought.
what it was?
I'll
The
go
fact
after.
that he died with his daughter. And I was just like, that is so fucking sad. I mean, if I'm gonna die, I'd rather die with my child, or if my child is in some kind of crazy incident. I'd rather, be there, going to the gates with my child too. And then maybe, I don't know, a couple hours later, my daughter calls me and she's all sad. And she's like, Daddy, I was calling you to make sure you were okay. And I was like, Daddy's okay. I was like, what's wrong? And she was like, somebody died in a plane crash. And I was just like, oh, I'm like, I have the sweetest daughter. And I was just in bed, tearing my fucking eyes out. And I was just like, this is so fucking sad. And I believe I had to work later that afternoon or the following day. I'm not sure. And it was just like you guys said, it was just like a shockwave. Like even like my coworkers that I didn't maybe necessarily expect to like be like devastated by the news, but it's just a sad story. I believe many people can relate to. They was just like, yeah, this is just like a sad moment. Like everyone like seemed affected by it somehow. But Mara, what you were gonna add in? Yeah.
No, it's one of those. Yeah, when like I saw the first headline I saw that confirmed it was like, oh, Kobe died, and then when I found out that his daughter died with him, that fucking just destroyed me. But going back to like before you knew it with his daughter, I think the reason why you're feeling that way is because you don't realize, but like we watch these
Right.
people on TV day in and day out. They become part of our daily lives, and without even knowing, we're thinking we're like, oh, I'm just watching the game. No, like how like especially now in like this digital age with all social media, like we're invested in these people's lives without even trying to be invested. So like seeing them on the TV or seeing like like look at how LeBron made that whole Taco Tuesday viral. Like that's something he shared from like within his home, and that we all and he made it like a trending thing. Like he made it a big thing, and without realizing it, we all like hopped on that train. And the same with Kobe. Like we were like we watched him because he was a great basketball player, but like he just did started doing so much more, and we see him so often that we just get used to just
Right.
like okay, cool, Kobe's on TV. Like oh yeah, he's just there. Like and we low key take advantage of that, and now that he's gone, like it's like oh shit, not it's like oh shit, it sinks in like oh shit, that sucks. Like oh my god, someone who was like been so pivotal without even me noticing it's
Perfect.
like gone. Even though I don't know we don't know nobody personally, but like we felt like it felt like we knew because like shit, we just named all his stats. Like we know everything about him. Like it was
And
crazy,
then
right?
the thing about it was, I wasn't the biggest Kobe fan. I had my ups and downs about him on the court or whatever, and I'll get into that. But it was
Same.
just like, for me, Myron, you're the only child, so Carlton can relate. We have older siblings, and I believe he was 43 or 42, and I was just like, wait, he's just like a year or two older than my two oldest siblings. And I'm just like, wow, he's really, and we all turned 30 this year, and we are like, oh shit, 30 is such a scary ass number. And I'm just like, no, this man was still fucking young. Like his career just ended a few seasons ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, and he's gone. And I feel like his best work, his biggest impact was yet to come. I feel like he was gonna surpass Jordan, to be honest.
Yeah, he was on like on some like on like another stratosphere when it became to after basketball. He was working on so many things and like being so involved and pushing for so many
He's gonna
things.
surpass
Like
Jordan.
I think my retirement Kobe
Agree.
is my
And
favorite Kobe. To be
wait, and
honest,
before we get into that, let me just go how I got introduced to Kobe. So I have an older cousin, and he's probably about 20 years older than me. So, it's just one of those you're watching or into whatever your older cousin, siblings, or whatever tell you about. And he was a Lakers fan. He had his own Shaq Diesel tattoo, but obviously it was a Shaq. It was a Superman logo with his initial inside the Superman logo. He always wore a Lakers jersey, Shaq jersey, big Kobe fan. So I remember playing like the early like NBA Live '99 or NBA Live 2000, and he was always playing with the Lakers, and he always was telling me, Kobe's the man, Kobe's the man. And at that time, I'm young, so I'm taking in what I know. I'm like, at this time, I know of Dr. J, I know of Kareem, I know of Magic, I know of Jordan because of my dad. Now we're in the 2000s, so I know of Tim Duncan, and now I know of Kobe, and Iverson also. So I was a fan of his because obviously my older cousin's telling me he's great. He has championships, sneakers. He has the afro. You know about the points. Like you hear of these things, and as you get older, you like they really like seek into you. So Kobe, let's see, goes to the 3P. Um, I remember he eliminated my Timberwolves. Goes to what? Wait, he eliminated Timberwolves. That was after the Pistons championship. I actually thought the Lakers were gonna win, to be honest. Then I became a Phoenix Suns fan, and we eliminated his ass,
That
which
was fun.
which I was so happy. By the time he got Gasol and Bynum, we were no match for him. So at that time, I hated him. And I was just like, he's not that good. Like we're so much better than him and the Lakers. But obviously that wasn't the case. And then his battles with D Wade, as Carlton said, because you know Kobe was like the old guard. And D Wade was like next up, like in his prime at his best. Even that shot that Carlton mentioned, I remember that game also too. So I used to look forward to those battles, and like you said, Maron, with the Muppets commercial, and it was always building up a Kobe versus LeBron finals, which never fucking materialized, but whatever. And then like I knew the game he had. Everyone was aware of his skills. I what I didn't enjoy about him, because I'm pretty sure people are gonna wonder, was I felt like he threw his teammates under the bus unnecessarily at moments. But when he retired and he started to be more visible in the media, and he didn't have the competitive side of him, he showed more humility. I was just like, I love this guy, like, and I just became interested in everything he had to say.
Yeah, you could tell he had a lot
Hmm.
of knowledge. I want to talk about some of that stuff too, because after he retired, he became a businessman. Uh, when he was playing, he had to deal with body armor, but then after that, he you know branched out and made a venture capital firm, focusing on like businesses, gaming, data, technology. He also created the Mamba Sports Academy, where he had a team where his daughter, Gigi, who also passed away, played for. And you could tell he was bringing that knowledge onto like not just like to people, but I respect the fact that he was giving the knowledge to the women, and like you could tell like they was about to rise, and he was gonna definitely be supportive of it. I think obviously, well, he had four daughters, three daughters, so that that helps his motivation. I think when it came to training Gigi and her like passion for basketball, but I was really excited to see what he was going to do like in the future. His after just after basketball, because like you said, like he showed a lot of humility. And then he was just like branching into different things that we would have never expected. Like even like on ESPN, he had that detail where he would like break down people's games and like just a different mentality. Like his like his brain just be able to pick his brain is like just hearing him talk about different things. Like I was so with it. I was so like so ready to like just listen in and see what he had to say. Because yeah, like you said, like you could reflect on his career, you could reflect on a lot of things he did, but when you hear him talk about it, and you're like, damn, I want to do that. I want to like go things that way. I want to do things that way. Like he
Mm-hmm.
just had that same mentality, like he used in basketball, was just going to bring it to the next stage in life, and it was crazy. It was such a tragedy that he had to go so
Mm-hmm.
early.
And another thing about Kobe, and for the three of us to be from our backgrounds, black and brown skin, Latino and the black, this man was just more than just a black icon or a cultural figure. Initially, when we go back to like his early days, we look at Kobe as another brother that's just balling, but another a brother that's just balling, and he's the one of the best in the league, if not the best. And then to his maturation, I think 20 years as a Laker. I could be wrong, 2021, and he's like this global icon. And I think that's the thing that like really hit me. It's just like white, black, male, female, transgender, senior, child. Like this man reached so many different like demographics and numbers. Like that was like astonishing. And he was heavily criticized and hated throughout his career.
Yeah,
We're not going to get into that. Maybe some controversies, and the man like still had like this profound effect on the world. And like I said, initially it's just basketball. It's just like it started off not local, but just like a national thing, a states thing. Basketball is just very popular here in the states, and he's one of the players to help expand it overseas with popularity and whatnot. And he also helped, Nike as a brand as well. We know Jordan has like uh, his own brand, which was funded through Nike. But as far as like what Nike is today, you can thank him. You can thank Tiger. Obviously, LeBron James now, Serena, and Venus Williams. I believe they're both with Nike. And like I read online that I said reportedly Nike made $250 million a year from Kobe. Like that's $250 million. Like that's like fucking insane. And I agree with you, Carlton. Like it's a shame he did. Like it was a tragedy because him being a father of four daughters and two of his daughters being involved in basketball, and he was like trying to push the WNBA to greater heights. I don't know if anyone else is gonna like pick up where Kobe left off as far as that, because we've seen how the WNBA and its players feel like there's like a inequality
there
issue
is.
amongst them. No, disagree, but between them and the NBA, we can get into that also because that's an
Not
interesting
right now.
topic, but not right now. Yeah, this is all about Kobe, and he was just someone. He was captivating. Like when he speaks, you listen, and that's something that stood out for me also. Like the man was just captivating. He's not wasting his words, and we know damn sure he's not wasting his time.
That's a fact. Well,
Yeah, one
R.I.P.
hundred
to
percent.
Kobe, and it's sad this week too. Two more people passed away. Sekou Smith, he was like an NBA analyst. He died from COVID complications. So R.I.P. to him, and also Cicely Tyson. If anybody knows who that is, she's like a great actress. Been in the game for years. She passed away at the age of 96. So rest in peace to her.
Rest in peace to the both of them. Yeah, the real NBA fans, NBA TV fans, they should know who Smith is. The
Yeah,
basketball world knows who he is.
Yep.
And Cecily Tyson, she was a trailblazer for black actresses, and yeah, 96 years old. That's something. She was just, I think, recently starring in films also. But yeah, she was a great actress. I can't get into her too much right about now. I would have to like sit back, but I definitely know who she is.
She played a lot of great roles throughout the years. Like she's been acting since before I was born. So to
Yeah,
like even
right.
try
Before
to like name them all or name the big ones is just it's too many to name. So
she was definitely like a profound figure amongst African American women, just like what her roles and like her characters stood for and like her various movies. I know I've seen a recent movie of her lately. I think it was a Tyler Perry movie. I probably just like sitting down, flicking through Netflix. I think it was Diary of a Mad Woman, one of the movies she was in. But yeah, rest in peace to the two of them.
yeah. Well, I think we cracked the code for the day. Anybody got anything to say before we go?
Go follow and subscribe. Go listen to us. We have like
Yes.
5
Follow,
episodes now.
subscribe, be
We're
on
deep.
each and every platform you can find for podcasts. Also follow us on Twitter, Instagram at Code99 Podcast. We are on Twitter and Instagram at Code99 Podcast. Hit us up, follow us, give us some feedback, let us know how we're doing.
Any topics you guys want us to cover, anything you want us to dive deeper into, let us know. Leave reviews, suggestions, comments.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, this is Carlton signing out.
We want all that.
It's your boy Rod Spread.
Peace.
Inspiring. Peace.